Alex, do you agree with that?
I deny premise 3. I think the argument's valid, though.
What if the mind is omniscient?
Oh my god!
Mind is what?
Oh my god! Oh my god! How could somebody be so stupid?
Oh no, it's retarded.
Oh my god!
Let's be quiet. I have to go to work anyway.
When you're talking about a mind, are you talking about a mind that doesn't have exhaustive knowledge, or one that does?
Oh,
I don't see that plays any role in this argument, does it?
It's fucking irrelevant.
Oh
well,
my god!
would in the case of the God of the Bible, would his mind be subjective?
That's the whole fucking definition.
I'm not sure which one of these premises you're challenging right now.
No, I'm just asking you a question about the nature of mind vis-a-vis subjectivity. Do you believe that the product of mind is always subjective?
Well, we were wondering which premise you denied, Darth. Like, it's an argument against your view. So we were wondering if you didn't think that the conclusion was correct, what your argument was.
Alex.
Darth.
Kylo.
Hey,
Darth.
Like you're questioning premise 1, is that right?
No, I'm not questioning it because I'd like to go through it and study this. I'm just asking you, is it your view that the product of all minds is subjective?
Why doesn't he take a minute and read it?
What does the Bible say about net neutrality?
Shut the fuck up.
I mean, presumably Darth knows how to read, right?
So I think something's subjective. I'm quite happy with the definition there.
By the way,
if it depends on a mind for its existence. So if I think about something that doesn't depend on my mind for its existence, like an object that's sitting in front of me, the object presumably doesn't depend on my mind for its existence, right? The perception I have of the object is subjective, but the object itself isn't subjective, right?
I'm just wondering, are you a black belt or a white belt, Alex?
That's a fucking racist thing to say. Jesus Christ.
You might want to ask him if he said that he
Alex.
objects to people evading questions, Alex.
Alex, are you a black belt or a white belt?
I'm neither.
He's saying.
I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay if you're a white belt. Then it will be okay for me to talk to you. But if you were a black belt in philosophy, then I guess I would have to run from you.
Well, Darth, we asked you which premise you deny.
So Alex, when it comes to the concept of minds, in your view, are the product of minds always subjectivity?
We asked you what premise.
All right, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'll be glad to converse with you, but if I'm going to have to deal with multiple people trolling while I'm speaking with you, Alex, then the conversation will be over.
I don't understand.
Please let them go at it, please, dudes.
Yeah.
Does he deny premises or not?
I thought he said that he objected to people evading questions.
Okay. See, Alex, are you there, Alex?
Yeah.
So you requested to continue the conversation with me from the day, which is fine because I like you. And you asked if we would do it in private or here, and I said, well, we can do it here. But if we're going to have the normal infantile behavior, then I'm not going to bother. Okay. So you better tell your loser friends to stop their trolling. Otherwise, I won't carry on the conversation.
Well, we can have a conversation in here or in a different server or however you like.
Okay. So anyway, so do you? All right. So I got my point across. Do you think that the product of all minds is subjectivity?
Well, you might have to clear up what you mean by the product of a mind. What's the product of a mind? What type of thing do you mean by that?
Yeah, the thoughts that are exuded from a mind or a consciousness.
So yeah, I think that the contents of thoughts can be objective. But I think the thoughts themselves depend on a mind for their existence. So by definition, they're subjective.
I didn't hear the last two sentences.
I said that the contents of thoughts can be objective, as when I think about something that exists independently of my mind. But my thought itself, that item, depends on a mind for its existence because it's part of a mind. So therefore, it's subjective by definition. On this definition that we've got in P1.
Okay, so you think that I'm still not clear. So do you think that the product of minds is subjective or just sometimes subjective?
It can be subjective if the thought. So I don't know how to say it more clearly. The thought itself. So there's the thought, and then there's the content of the thought. You have to distinguish those two things. So when I think about an apple that's in front of me, and I perceive it and think about it, there's on the one hand there's a thought, which is something that's a mental item that exists in my head, as it were. And then there's the content of the thought. There's the actual apple itself, which isn't a mental item. It doesn't exist in my head. Right? So but sometimes I can think about a thought.
Alex, I'm not sure that Darth can make that distinction on his worldview, though.
Well, so, Alex, do you think you said you reject premise 3? Everything depends on God for its existence.
Yeah, I don't think that God exists.
Why is that?
Why do I think premise 3 is false? It's
No,
because
why don't you think God exists? Are you an agnostic or an atheist?
I'm an atheist.